Have you trained any other animals for movies?
I train chickens, ma'am.
Is it easy to train them?
We were learned to be trained with the chickens itself first, not with the dogs.
So did Charlie have a duplicate?
It doesn't happen with the dogs, ma'am. You don't get a similar dogs, with the same expression, same feelings and same...
Oh.
They have that emotional connections, particularly these breeds. In the other certain breeds, you don't get these connections.
Really?
Yeah. Basically, we are working for the money and the dogs are working for the food.
Yeah.
Correct? Correct?
Well said.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Happy Pawdcast, the ultimate destination for all things that make pets and their humans happy. I'm your host Sonali Bendre and this is Greedy Icy Behel. And on this show, we will talk about everything that contributes to the joyous coexistence of pets and their beloved humans. Am I your beloved human, Icy? Am I? I think Icy right now is only focused on the treat in my hand. Today, we are diving into the fascinating intersection of pets and movies, exploring the magic behind the scenes and the impact these cinematic creatures have had on audiences worldwide. So grab your popcorn and get ready for a pawsome journey through the world of pets in movies. This is personally very close to me too, as it's at the intersection of two things I love in life, movies and pets. We have a special guest with us today who will help us understand this topic in depth. Mr. Pramod is an internationally trained and certified canine trainer and has worked in over 20 plus ads and 5 movies as canine trainer, including the national award-winning film 777 Charlie. We all loved that. He was directly handpicked by the hero and the producer of the film, Rakshit Shetty. And you can see that he is superb because IC has shifted the loyalties from here to Mr. Pramod now. Can I call you Pramod?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Pramod is based out of Mysore in Karnataka and is the founder of DK9 Mysuru, a canine training and boarding school. He has trained all types of dogs: lazy, sober, active, hyperactive, traumatized, small, big, and ferocious ones. He also runs a non-profit called Hopes, where he adopts abandoned and street dogs. He has also worked with Mysuru Dog Squad. Personally, he owns a Belgian Malinois, and her name is Junie.
Yes.
That's a very, very active dog to own.
Yeah, her full name is Alpha D Junior. I call it her as Junie.
What do you mean by Alpha D Junior? I mean, what brought out that name?
See, basically, the dogs are a pack animals. Mm-hmm. Okay? A pack needs a alpha. I mean a leader.
Yeah.
So, all this, the school, the Deakin training school started from her.
Okay.
So, she came into the life of me. And then the other pack started forming her. So she's the pack leader of my school.
Oh.
So I'm the leader above her. So she's the alpha in the school. So that's how the name carried to her. Alpha D Junior. It's a German word.
And so she's Junie. Are you responding to Junie also? IC is also 10 years old, so she's a little calmer now.
Correct.
The puppy energy has calmed down a bit. What is he's calling you? I see.
This is for you, I see.
There's something for
it's
you.
It's here. Come on, baby. Come on.
I'm fascinated by her. I can watch her the whole day. We'll never get this interview
They have that
done.
emotional connections, particularly these breeds. In the other certain breeds, you don't get these connections.
Really?
Yeah.
I think all dogs have that connection.
Have it, but the features in their face.
They are bred to attract you and to be cute. And
exactly. Particularly these breeds like retrievers, the Labradors, they have that innocence and the attention-seeking ability.
Yeah.
Not with the other dogs. Say like, I have many, rescue dogs, the indie dogs, the breed dogs, the toy breeds, the large breeds. Some look... Some look very, funny. Some look very ferocious, though they are very sober in nature.
Yeah.
Okay, but particularly these breeds, the retrievers and I have to say a retriever family itself.
Yeah.
It could be a lab or it could be a golden retriever. how much ever they're ferocious or aggressive they are, once they, look at you, it's like, you feel like, falling in love with them.
Yeah, I think they're bred for that, and they've mastered the art
Exactly.
of making you fall in love with them.
They're basically called as a home dogs.
They are, yeah. Aren't the retrievers hunting dogs also because they retrieve what you hunt? That's what they were
They
bred
have
for?
a history of the reason why they're called as a retrievers is golden retriever or rabbit retrievers is those days the hunters used to shoot the ducks or kind of any birds or whatever it is. These breeds had that natural instincts to go and retrieve it and come back. That's how the name actually added to them, retrievers. They used to retrieve any object you shoot at them. They used to go and retrieve it naturally. They were not trained for that. It comes from the genes. It comes from the blood.
I don't see you retrieving anything for me. I mean, it would be lovely if I can't find a shoe and Icy could retrieve it for me. It would be lovely, but it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So yeah. What makes pet stories so compelling for viewers? Be it in an ad, be it a movie. What do you think does that?
See, according to me, according to my understanding, there are two reasons why the pets are portrayed in the movies or in the ads. Firstly, it's a universal language.
Okay.
There is a good versus evil, the love story, the friendship, the action happens. There are also stories about the pets where it resonates to the audience all over the world easily.
Right.
So, and the second is it's an emotional connection.
Right.
See, anyone who had a pet even once in their lifetime will easily connect to this very instantly on the screens. So this is what my understanding was.
I like the way you said it is good versus evil, and it's always. And I mean, when you look at your pets and animal stories, it's always the good.
Yeah.
That and the innocence, the good,
Exactly.
the pureness.
Exactly.
And so here we are. Any story which we all love stories which have the good versus evil, and that's the good versus evil. This is the good. Yeah, I agree. The pets are the good in our life.
You don't need a language for them to watch, ma'am. You can just mute the TV and then you can watch it.
Do you think that happens to people who are not animal lovers? I mean, I don't know if there is something like not animal lovers, but there are some human beings that can be very, very rough
too.
and not so kind to animals.
Before connecting, I don't think so they would be ready to watch it. When they are hated towards certain animals or certain pets, I don't think so they're ready to watch the movie. And as we all know, as I told you, it's a universal language. There's a line says, action speaks better than the words.
Yeah. But
True,
their
right?
eyes speak better than words. Look at those eyes. Look at those eyes. What do I do with those eyes? So can you walk us through the steps that are involved in, when you train, making them do the scene or, the shot that has to be given?
Yeah.
Can you walk us through the steps that are needed to get them ready for a shot?
Looking at the movie and, coming out and commenting a positive or a negative, it's very easy to be done.
Yeah.
Whether it's a success movie, it's a failure movie. The efforts is same.
Right.
Correct? So,
Don't I know that?
So it's a very long and tedious process. Just like how the filmmakers work.
Yeah.
See, a film has a script logged into it.
Yeah.
And a hero.
Yeah.
A production team. Shoot happens.
Right.
And finally
You have the post-production also, yeah.
Correct? So similarly, we sit with the director and the team, freeze the action, what the dog needs to perform in the screen,
Okay.
shot by shot, duration of each shot, and the characters involved in the movie,
Okay.
and the interaction of the characters with the dog. That's very important.
So once you understand what is the character that the dog is playing, is that when you choose which breed to use, or do the directors come to you and say, we want this breed in this ad or in this film?
No, the call is for the director itself. He takes the call.
Okay.
He would have, done a lot of research on the script. He would have done a lot of research on the dog, like which dog would be adapted to this particular scene. Whether if it's like a action movie kind of thing, he would go with a other breeds like, a German Shepherd or a Doberman, which are very ferocious and fast in nature.
Yeah.
If it's a kind of a movie like Entertainment and Hachiko or 7 Charlie movie, emotional, they would take a call with going with a kind of a pet like retrievers or the beagle.
Right.
They take a call about it.
So how long did it take for you to train Charlie?
It took around 167 days to complete the movie.
Okay.
Complete the schedule, but it took 4 long years to complete the entire movie itself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we started in the year 2018 and ended up in 2021.
Okay. What I want to know is that Charlie is Charlie.
Charlie is Charlie, yeah.
But what if in the film the dog has another name? Do you need to train them to respond to the other name? Does that happen?
Sometimes what happens is we get a call from the industry saying that we need a 2-year-old dog. Mm-hmm. And her name is going to be like, Rhodey or XYZ. But the original name of the dog would be something ABC.
Right.
So we will have to reinforce the dog to that name itself.
How long is that process where you start reinforcing the new name to the dog?
To the new name. It takes around at least 35 to 40 days to, put that particular name into her head.
Okay.
What happens is, for me, I'll be training the dog by the name she's being called.
Right.
But sometimes actors would not be comfortable in that name.
Right.
Actors, the director would have put the dog's name into the actor's head in that particular name itself.
Okay.
So he may miss it.
Okay.
So we go according to their director's name, whatever they kept it for the dog, and we reinforce the dog to respond to that name.
To the character's name.
To the character name itself.
So for Charlie, the character was Charlie because the dog was Charlie, or?
No. For Charlie, she was actually an abandoned dog.
Okay.
Yeah. So when she was a 3-month-old pup, obviously at the puppy stage, you see the sofas biting, the housekeeping things is all.
So somebody abandoned her.
Hi. We got a call saying that, we don't need this puppy. So we would like to give it for an adoption. At the same time, we were looking for a small puppy for a photo shoot. We got this message. We went to her. We took her. And then we found that, she's good for this movie.
Yeah.
We finalized her and we told them that, we're going to adopt it. And we adopted it. It belongs to our team actually.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a property of Paramba Studios.
Okay.
So she was like 3 months old. We adopted her, started training for the movie itself.
So Charlie was 3 months old when she started getting trained for this movie.
Yeah, there's another dog. When you see a movie in the start, there's a small dog which goes under the dustbin, sits like this and then escapes. She keeps wandering to the nook and corners of the world to search for the home.
Yeah.
So that's another puppy. Okay. She was trained at the age of 45 days.
Okay.
And she was brought into the set at the age of 90 days.
So how early can you start training the dogs for this?
The moment they start eating the kibbles.
Oh.
That's how we start training the dogs. That's where it's called as an imprinting stage.
Right.
You need to imprint everything, including the pee and poo, the potty training, the mannerism, the socializing skills with the animals, the socializing skills with the human, more very importantly with the children's.
Yeah.
Once they cross the age of 4 months, it becomes everything new for them. You keep a dog inside your home within 4 walls for 4-5 months and bring them out all of a sudden onto the roads, they start reacting to everything.
Correct.
What they see, because it's a new for them.
You should start sensitizing them earlier.
At the early age itself. See, why this happens is they would have gone to the doctor. Doctor would have told, the vet would have told that you're not supposed to take the dog for the next 3 months unless the vaccination is completed.
Right.
So people, what they do is they are afraid of it, or it's like their child, right? Something would have happened. They will be in a phobia, and they keep the dog inside the home for 3 months, and then all of a sudden they bring it to the outside environment. So the dog starts reacting. It establishes behavioral issues.
Right.
That's where all this training, everything needs.
Correct. Did Charlie have a duplicate? Like we have a duplicate for actors doing action and everything. So did Charlie have a duplicate?
It doesn't happen with the dogs, ma'am. You don't get a similar dogs, with the same expression, same feelings and same...
so maybe some long shots or something. Did you use any other dog for that?
No, we had a backup of Charlie, but she was not so cute as Charlie. She was very, But even in the long shots, although I don't
Cuteness
remember.
is in the eyes of the beholder. Okay, so we know you love Charlie, so you
Yes.
think Charlie's the cutest.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, for me, all dogs are cutest for me.
Okay.
The only thing is the director's call was not okay with it.
But
So,
even for like long shots or back shots and
no,
stuff like that.
everything
no?
was Charlie. You could, every inch of scenes, what you see in Charlie, it is instructed by me. I don't say I'm, controlling her. That's not
Okay.
a proper word. It's instructions given from me.
So how do you give the instructions?
The training has two different type of methods, ma'am. It's called as a negative reinforcement. It's called as a positive reinforcement, which is put together called as a science-based training.
Okay.
There were days where any animal for that matter, irrespective of any domesticated animals, they were trained with the negative reinforcement.
What do you mean by negative reinforcement?
I don't know whether I have to tell these things or not. A negative reinforcement is like hitting in a particular area and making them sit. There are certain points where the dog doesn't, like to be touched. So, those are the point where the trainers, the unskilled trainers, what we call.
So that's something, do you recommend this kind of training?
No, it
or
is-
would you say that this is one that should
This
be
is a
avoided?
wrong method of reinforcement, actually. So
So-
many people are not actually following the positive reinforcement, but nowadays the science-based training is coming into the picture.
When you say where Charlie was concerned, you used positive training methods, or did you use...
See, it is very easily to notify whether the dog has been trained positively or negatively.
How do we understand that?
Yeah, when you recall your dog from a far distance, if it happily wags the tail and comes to you,
Right.
it's like, okay, she's very happy and you're giving it,
Right.
giving some treat. See,
Yeah.
basically we are working for the money and the dogs are working for the food.
Yeah.
Correct? Correct?
Well
so
said.
there is another side of a coin where when you call a dog, it could be a trainer or it could be a owner of it. The dog stinks the ears, tucks the tail in between the
Right, and
legs, slowly, suspicious, should I go or not? If I go, will he hit me? If I don't go, will he hit me? See, the body language
Right.
tells us whether it's been trained by a negative reinforcement or a positive reinforcement.
So that's something all dog owners should be looking out for, because whoever is training your dog,
Yeah.
if you see your dog's body language, you'll understand if that's negative reinforcement or
Yeah.
positive
Correct.
reinforcement. And you
Correct.
would say positive reinforcement is better.
It's always good to the purpose.
Okay.
See,
When
why
you
should you harm your dog and get trained? What is the purpose of
Absolutely.
it?
Absolutely.
What is the purpose of it? And Charlie, when you see the movie, Charlie has never shown any kind of a negative body language in a movie.
Right.
She was like, she's been trained to act in the movie, but we made sure that the mechanically trained dog feel should not happen should be seen in the movie. Like
Right.
if you're looking at the movie, the audience should not feel that the dog is controlled by someone. They should feel that
It's natural.
It's naturally it's
So
happening.
how
with
did
the-
you achieve that?
It's a long process. That's what I told them. It's a 4 years of.
When do you, I'm trying to understand it. When you say science-based training, is there, I understand, positive training, positive reinforcement is the main thing. But is there a slight negative reinforcement also in a science-based training?
It is only through the voice, ma'am. You'll have to keep modulating the voice.
Okay.
See, a commander gives a soldier a commanding language. His voice is something modulated.
A mother uses it for a child also.
Exactly,
I mean,
sometimes.
dogs use it for their puppies.
Exactly. The same way. We don't use our hands or sticks to,
Okay.
reinforce her. We use only the voice.
So I'm just, for my listeners and for my viewers, I'm just clarifying it, that there is negative reinforcement and
Yeah.
positive reinforcement while
Yes.
training.
Yes.
Negative is not something
Which is touch and going.
recommended at all, where you harm the animal or hit
Exactly.
the animal, where the animal is scared and is
Exactly.
responding out of fear.
Exactly.
We want positive reinforcement where the animal is responding out of joy
Exactly.
to do what you ask them to do.
With the heart and soul.
But when you say science-based training, especially because when you're training them for movies or for ads, they're doing something which is a little bit beyond your just general usual commands.
Exactly.
So in that, what you will use is a science-based training where there can be a little bit of negative reinforcement, but that negative reinforcement is not touch. It's just the voice.
It's just a modulation of voice.
Sternness.
Exactly.
So
It could
that's
be-
the next thing I come to. When you come to a positive reinforcement, is it just like I see, it's the food.
Yeah.
Is it always food? Is there any other option to positive reinforcement which is not bribing by food?
See, food is a positive reinforcement. The toy is a positive reinforcement.
Toys,
You do
okay.
something, I'll give you a toy.
Right.
See, up to certain age, the dog is favorable towards the food. They
But
love
what
the
if they're
food.
not interested in the toy? Then what do you do then? How do you train
You give them a
then?
choice. The dog will select it, what they need. See,
So if
basically
you give
dog
them
has...
food and a toy, they
Exactly.
could select toy
They will
over
select
food?
it. You can do it with eyes itself. You hold the food. See, there are certain ages where the dog has a high food drive.
Okay.
There are certain ages where the dogs convert from food drive to prey drive, or it's called as a play drive. Prey in the sense, kind of
Yeah.
toys where
Yeah.
they feel that it's live.
Right.
And next is a play drive with the help of a toys. After certain age or certain months, you hold a ball in one hand and the food in other hand. The dog will choose what they want.
I know what I see will choose.
Okay. So if they choose the food, it's like they are still in a drive. They are eager to have the food. You can train them with the food.
Okay.
If they're choosing the toy or tug or any kind of
Right.
object, it is that they are not interested in the food and they want to have it in the toys.
Right.
With the toys, you can start training the dog.
Right.
That becomes their positive reinforcement.
Okay.
It is like how we train is, once the dog is ready to be trained, so we stop feeding them through the bowls.
Oh.
It's only through he gets the bowl only for the water, not the food.
Okay.
So every food will be in my pocket. All 3 times a day, or 4 times a day, or 5 times a day. So it's like me, when I'm coming to him, it's like the food is coming to him.
Right.
The food is in our pocket. We start feeding through the pocket itself.
Okay.
So dog got to know that, okay, the food is not in my control, the food is in control of my leader.
Right.
So whatever he says, I have to obey him.
Right.
So that's how we tam them
Start
now.
training them. And that's the easiest way to train you.
Yeah.
So you would say because sets are crowded places.
Exactly.
So you can't have too many toys and throw them and have them run
Exactly.
around. So that means for sets, for movies, the better way to do is through
Positive
food.
reinforcement.
Positive
Not
reinforcement.
only for the movies or ads, even for the home dogs. There are dietary foods also. Organic dietary foods.
So what
where
would you use for your animals that you take on the sets?
I don't really use any packet processed foods for the
Okay. So what do you
dogs.
do?
See, there are a hierarchy of the food as well.
Okay.
Starting from the biscuits and then goes with the egg, then comes the chicken, then comes the highest hierarchy of the food is the fish.
Okay. So tell me, if it's a working dog, like on the set, are you not overfeeding the dog then?
Dogs are not meant to work continuously for 1 hour in the shoot.
So
See,
how do you work them?
as we have a non-working hours and working hours, as we have it, even the animals have the same thing.
Okay.
See, this is the non-working hours for eyes.
Yeah.
Okay. They are very active from morning 6 to 10 o'clock or max to max 11 o'clock, after which it's a non-working hours for them.
Okay.
Okay. We have to respect their time.
Right.
From 11 to up to 3 o'clock, they don't act anything. They don't respond. They don't do it from the heart and soul.
Right.
They are forced to do it. Okay. After 4, again, it's a working hours for them.
Okay.
So we can't work in the overnights, right? We have certain working hours like mornings 9 to evening 6, after which, we are tired, we are stressed
Right.
out. The same way the dogs are also.
So you
The
would say
same
6 to say
discipline-
11. 6 to 11.
6 to
After that, a
11.
break. Then
Yes.
around 4 to what?
4
till?
to 8 o'clock. They're very active. They're very active. So we make sure that the food is not given at one shot to them. See, end of the day, whatever the nutrients has to go to their body, we make sure that it goes to them. Whether it's in the morning or in the afternoon or in the evening. So for example, if we are feeding them 200 grams of fish or a chicken in a day, so we divide that into 5 times. Okay. So whenever there is a call for a shot, we break that meal and we keep it in the pockets. The
Right.
small amount of food has been given to them.
Okay.
So they are always kept hungry, not in an empty stomach, half stomach. No, this is the reality, ma'am. This is the reality. But end of the day, you have to make sure that that particular nutrients has been fed to them.
Okay.
Simple. Weekly once or once in 15 days, keeping them a whole day with the liquid food is always good for the dogs.
No, what do you mean by that?
It's
Weekly
like
once liquid food?
complete liquid food, like a buttermilk or a diluted milk itself, or with a kind of a juice, apple juice, something like that. Not a solid. See, there is a system in a body.
Right.
Even that needs a break.
Right.
You keep feeding them every often and then they will not get a rest in it. So what happens is that when the digestive system gets stressed out, that will create loose stools, upset the stomach.
If, say, like Charlie, because we're talking about that movie, if Charlie had been shooting for a week, then one day a week is when she's not shooting.
It's after the schedule, ma'am. It's after the schedule. During the shoot, we never used to do it. It's after the schedule complete.
Right.
So the stomach has to be completely empty and the system needs some rest. So we feed only liquid food so that they are much more healthy and respond to it.
In movies, they always say no animal was harmed
while that's a famous line.
Movie. That's a very important thing, and we read it all the time, and that is always put in before.
Correct.
What exactly does this term mean?
The so-called famous line that no animals were harmed during the movie.
Yeah.
It is norms given by the AWBI. It's Animal Welfare Board of India. It's a regulatory board where they monitor the usage of animals in the movie. Okay.
How do they monitor it? Does a representative stay on the set?
Yeah, not a representative. See, when we are making a movie, when we have a plans to use some kind of animals like, the cow or a dog or a horse or a cat or a rabbit, whatsoever it is.
Birds sometimes.
Exotic birds nowadays. We will have to take a permission from the AWBI saying that we are using so and so animal for this for this kind of a sequences, and these are the activities of that particular animal.
Okay.
So they only give you the permission only when you submit the raw footage of it.
Oh.
Okay. I'm making video of it.
Okay.
Let's say there's a camera over there where they're taking a shots of IC and yours, a sequence in a movie.
Right.
The dog has to come, sit next to you and give you a paw, whatever it is. Instructor is giving a command for the dog and the dog is, responding to his command to you. So someone should be, some person has to capture that moment, the making of it.
Right.
And that making of it has to be given to the Board of India.
Then they give you the certificate
saying that the animals has not been harmed in the movie.
So this board, the Animal Welfare Board, when you, are there times when you submit something and they say, no, you can't shoot this, this is not good for the animal? Has that ever happened?
I'll give an example from Charlie itself. If you had seen the Charlie movie, there is a shot where, the puppy comes in search of the Dharma's house. A person opposite to the puppy, he comes with a wheelie, with a bike and hits the dog. The dog sweeps like to a further distance and goes, and dies over there. In the sense, he collapses. That sliding shot cannot be taken with a natural dog. It has to be done with a CGI. So you pull the dog and do this. It's a kind of harming to a dog, right? So such situations,
so
the
when
CGI
you submit the script to the Animal Welfare Board, and when they see sequences like this, they tell you can't do this with it.
You can't do this film. Along with that, they'll ask us for the supporting document of the CGI graphics. We will have to show them that this sequence has been done using this VFX. There are other sequences where animal welfare would interrupt you when you show a blood on the dog or.
Why blood on the dog? It's obviously not real blood. So what's the problem with that?
No, that could create some panic for the viewers. No, they could feel that they have killed the dog really.
But we put blood on the human beings.
They blur it nowadays, right? They don't give you the certificate of U or A. There's some issues happening.
No, in movies you see fight sequences with blood pouring down on human beings. So what is the thought behind not putting blood on animals?
It could inspire someone to do the same thing, I guess. That's the reason. They're not allowing it to do particularly on the animal.
Okay.
The same thing happened for us. Even in the last sequence where Charlie has expired, leaving a pup behind. So that was a CGI.
Right.
I made her to sleep on Dharma's arm. And then when she slept, there is a conversation happening for 20 minutes. I can't say Charlie to be sleeping for 20 minutes.
Right.
So there's one shot where for 15 minutes, there a CGI happened that, the face is like this. You can't make a dog to sleep for 20 minutes.
Obviously, of course.
So there are sequences where, we have to go into the graphics.
Into the CG, and that's where it helps. So when you say animals were not harmed, that means that there were rules that were followed, regulations that were followed, hours also that they are supposed to work, all that was followed, and plus there was certain amount of CGI that was used so that you didn't harm the animals. That's where it comes from. Have you trained any other animals for movies?
I train chickens, ma'am.
What?
Probably we eat kebab. In fact, even I do.
Ouch, yeah.
But still, I train chickens.
Is it easy to train them?
We were trained, or we were learned to be trained with the chickens itself first, not with the dogs.
I didn't know you could train chicken. I did not know this.
You want the chicken to pick up this bowl. I mean, it's heavy.
Yeah.
Whichever, as per its the thing, size, she can pick it and come to me.
You serious?
Yeah. So chickens are 10 times faster than the dogs. Any animal for that matter.
Are they that intelligent? That means
very intelligent than dogs.
Oh God, I don't think
even
I
the pigeons.
Chicken again.
I
don't think I wanted this information. This is not good. They're so intelligent.
Yeah, ma'am. They're so intelligent. And we were, when I was trained internationally in Germany, I was given a chicken to be trained first and then the hands-on experience on the dog.
How did you ever eat a chicken after that?
It's delicious.
Oh God. After you telling me this is definitely,
they're so brilliant. It's very fast in doing it. Yeah, the agility this thing, exercise for the dogs, where they go inside the tunnel, they jump into this.
Chicken do that?
And the seesaw.
Chicken does that?
Yes. We train all for that.
So that obstacle course a chicken can do?
Everything.
I'm not eating chicken after this. I can't. Oh my God. Are you serious? This is something new I've learned. I never thought that.
Yeah, they do it, ma'am. There's one chicken which is already in process. I'm training it. So once the entire process is done, I wrote.
In your training school, do you have chicken?
Yeah. It's only one chicken, huh? I don't keep any other chickens for the...
So all your other, considering that you have boarding and the training school, have your dogs never kind of, you know what I mean, eaten the chicken?
Yeah. I feed them every day a chicken rice itself.
And yet they're not attacking the chicken?
No. I don't have many chickens there. I have only one trained chicken for the training purpose, that's it.
So does the chicken bully the dogs or the dog?
They're always in the one confined place, no? We don't socialize them to the other world.
To the dogs?
Yeah. Because they are the predators, they are the prey.
Yeah.
At any instant of time, they could go and pounce on them.
What is that chicken called? Does that chicken have a name?
No name for them, ma'am.
You are just planning to eat the chicken. That's why you're not. You have named all your other animals and not the chicken. That's so unfair.
They can't identify by hearing it, ma'am. They can't identify it. It's called as a clicker-based training. They can only hear a small, short, frequent sound. That's it. You can't call IC or brandy or whiskey and all. They don't respond to it. I was
just trying to think, come here, and then you're putting them in a cook pot or something. My God.
No
so
ways.
What do you mean by clickbait? I'm very interested in how do you train them?
There is a method called as a marker-based training.
What is that method? Can you...
Let's say I have something in my mind which the dog or a chicken has to do. Let's say I've kept this...
No, right now let's not talk about dogs. Let's talk about the chicken
itself.
Only. Yeah.
Let's say I have a card over here. I want the chicken to come to the card and pick on it. I'll wait. It's a game of patience.
Okay.
It's a game of patience. So the chicken knows that anyways, he's not going to give me a food with the bowl. Yeah. It's all with him now. So it starts running his mind. Like, what do I do? So I'll just give a small clue for it. Like, I'll just do like this and I keep it. It keeps thinking. It comes on it and steps it. I don't want to mark the behavior for stepping onto it. I want that chicken to prick on it.
Okay.
So it'll wait, and then it'll go around. I don't want that behavior. It'll show me a lot of behaviors for the food.
Okay.
I'll be waiting for the behavior what I wanted.
Right.
So it shows all sorts of behavior, and finally it goes and pricks like this.
And then you give the food.
Immediately when it pricks, I mark it with the mouth, yes, or a clicker. Click.
But you said they can't hear.
A small frequent sound, ma'am. A spot.
Okay.
Not completely, they're not deaf.
Right.
They can hear. You can't call by the big names and all.
Right. But you can say yes.
Yes, that's how we also train with the dogs. We mark their behavior. So next time when I place a card like this, the chicken directly comes and pricks on it. She got to know, okay, if I prick on it, he'll give me a food. So the next time when I place a card, she'll directly come, pricks it, I'll mark yes, and then I'll give the food.
What are the other
So that is called as associating the command with the behavior.
Right.
Once you associated that command with the behavior, that becomes a reinforcement.
Nice. What are the other animals that you've trained?
That's it, ma'am.
Chicken and dog.
Chicken and the dog, that's it.
No pigs, rabbits.
No. They can't be tamed, ma'am. It's too tough for them.
Oh my God,
This is a huge subject, ma'am.
Yeah, it is. And, just to getting them, is it similar when you get them to work in movies or on sets, on ads, is it similar to training a service dog maybe? Or it's still different?
A service dog in the sense? For what?
Be it for, if you're training them for some sort of a support, medical support, there's only one thing that they will be trained for, like identifying the need of the owner when the medical emergency is happening.
Exactly.
But when you're on set, there is multiple things that are wanted. The director can want different things.
Yeah.
So how is that different from, would you be able to help me understand the difference between these two types of training?
See, everything comes under the science base itself. Whether it's a service dog, whether it's for the patrolling dogs, whether it's for the guarding dogs, whether it's for the personal protection, or whether it's for the obedience training, or whether it's for the behavioral training. See, if a director wants, let me talk about the Charlie itself. There was one teaser which was released where the Charlie is sitting alone in some distance and Dharma is sitting far from her. He calls Charlie and he asks her, like, Charlie, how much you love me? Probably you've seen her or not. I don't know. It was a big viral. Charlie gives a small look towards him.
Yeah.
She walked towards him, goes up to him, and puts both the leg on the shoulders.
Right.
She gives a hug, and then she says something by whining, like I love you too, something. That became a huge this thing. See,
Now, this is not a natural dog behavior. Dogs don't come and give you hugs like that.
It's not a natural behavior, but I had to create that behavior onto the screens.
Wow.
So that was like a chain of commands.
So how long did that take?
Before we go into this thing, ma'am, a real shoot, we do some monitoring.
Okay.
So once the monitor is done, once she's perfect, and once every crew is ready, when I give them a green signal, they are ready with it. So it's like all on the dog. If the dog is ready, only then the people have to wait for it.
Okay. Like how when you work with babies.
Exactly. When she's ready, the people have to be ready all the time. So it was a chain of commands. But if you look into the teaser, it's like, it goes in 1 minute.
Yeah. How many commands were there
It was like
for that sequence?
8 to 9 commands was there, ma'am.
Wow.
Because she's looking over there. I'm just standing behind Dharma. I'm giving her a command to look at the other point of view. I mean, I've placed some kind of an article over there where she has to keep on sharing to it.
Right.
Unless I call her. So once I call her, she has to give a very slow turn. Not even like this. Not even with
You
anxiety.
had to train her to do a slow turn.
Slow turn. That's where the emotion is conveyed, no?
Right. But how do you...
And there is no, if you have observed in detail, there is no panting in the mouth itself.
Yeah.
So she has been kept always in the caravan.
So that she's nice and cool.
Nice and cool. And even when you're bringing to the set, she is not left on the ground to walk and come there. She's been carried by my assistants. She's been carried by my assistants. They leave it on the spot. Immediately the crew is ready for the things. And I'll give a call. And even my voice at that time will be like, Charlie. Slow. If I call her in excited way, Charlie, what?
Yeah.
Oh, food. Yeah, coming.
Right,
No.
right.
So even my voice will be moderated at that particular time. I'll call her Charlie. She gives a turn. I'll give her stay command, stay. A pin drop cell is maintained when a dog comes in the set. I'll give her a stay and then ask her to get up. Stand. She gets up slowly. You can watch it in that.
Yeah.
She stands up. I'll just tell her to give a slow walk. I give her a command slow. She comes very slowly. And then I'll make her to sit in front of him. At that point of view, the camera is from the point of view of a dog. I'll go behind her. I'll ask her to hug the person. So she goes onto the shoulders, and then I'll ask her to lay her head on the shoulder. So that ends the chain of commands.
I mean, but you know what? What a beautiful moment that is.
Yeah, it's a beautiful moment, ma'am.
Yeah.
So it's a game of patience, ma'am.
So you are saying pin drop silence on the set.
It's a pin drop silence. It's a pin drop silence. Not even a single moment.
Once again, guys, IC is on the set. Pin drop silence now. IC, pin drop silence for you.
Yeah. So
she's not bothered.
Yeah. There was one more challenging. See, on the bigger dogs, it was easy for me to control them.
Right.
And the new locations. But at the start of the movie, where the puppy comes into the fish market. You know about the fish market, right? Yeah. We itself, can't go and bear that smell, that stinky smell. And that environment, having Charlie to be controlled in that set was a huge task for me. I still remember those days. It took 2 days for me to take the shot.
2 days for one shot?
One shot, 2 days. Because there's a lot of disturbance for her.
Right.
And it's not a set, it's a real market, fish market.
And the smells must be...
Yeah, it was like, she was very much disturbed with the smell. And the momentum of the people over there and the sound and everything. Imagine the way of concentration and the attention I had to grab on her. Beyond the fish, I had to bring some other treats.
What did you bring?
Some kind of a mixed treats, ma'am, which I cannot reveal it. It's all the treat secrets.
Because what could be stronger and higher than the
smell? Fish. Yeah, exactly. So there was a sequence where the Charlie has to come, look into the market, stay there for some time, look into the market. Oh, there's a fish market. Okay, let me go grab one fish and then fly away. Because she'll be hungry in that stage.
Right, of course.
So calling her from a distance, she was like 90 days.
Was that real fish or a toy fish?
It's a toy fish, ma'am. Then the CGI was added to it.
Correct, because otherwise she would...
No, they can't do it. It was a thermocol design with a fish shape, that's it. There was 3 real fishes upon which the particular...
oh my God, that means you have to get her to not take the real fish, but take the fish.
Exactly.
Oh God.
Because the thermocol, the fish, the toy of this thing, whatever she picks, was filled with the treats.
Oh.
Yeah.
The special treat that you refuse to tell us what it is, the trade secret. Fine.
The special treats.
When you're on the sets, what are the legal ramifications of... training an animal for shoots?
We will, everywhere, when the animals come into the picture, ma'am, AWBA will interfere.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like the way you say interfere.
Yeah, they have to, ma'am. Else, these poor guys would have been treated...
voiceless.
Voiceless.
Yeah.
They would have treated very badly.
Right.
It's a very big process. You'll have to submit all their health certificates, the fitness certificates, and the pre-shoot this thing. And the veterinary doctor has to be on the set every day.
Okay.
Only when you submit all these documents, they give you permission for the shoot.
Okay.
So once the shoot is happening, often and then you have to keep on submitting the documents to them. Raw footages.
So they will monitor the health of the animal through the whole thing.
Exactly.
If they find that when you give the certificates, if they feel the animal is not up to it, they'll say not with this animal. That means you start the retraining process with another animal because they will monitor it.
They are very, the enforcement is very strong, ma'am.
Thank God for that.
Yes.
Like you said, it's a good job that they do, and it's a job that's very, very necessary.
Exactly.
Because otherwise, we don't know how the animals would be treated. So
exactly.
We are also grateful that we have this board. And
true.
So the legal ramifications are as long as you fulfill all the criteria that the Animal Welfare Board of India needs, you're fine.
You're fine.
And you'll get the certification and you get
release the movie. Yes.
No animals harmed tag on it. So, we spoke about Charlie a lot and of course the movie was iconic. It's won the award and all of that. But you've done ads also. Are there any incidents that were funny, emotional, or, something that we could learn from that has happened during all these ads that you've done with other animals? Not Charlie.
There was an incident where I still remember I used a dog... breed, a beagle, which was
very intelligent breed.
Very intelligent. It's basically they are hound dogs. There was a sequence where a couple sits on the bed. It's for the mattress shoot.
Okay.
And and then the dogs comes over there and sleeps next to them.
Okay.
There were a team of our department guys working on the balloon for the next sequence. They were making ready with the balloon.
Right.
So she gave 1 or 2 shots of whatever they wanted, and the third shot was a different shot. She has to just go onto the bed and sit next to them and do some paw kind of a thing, like waking them up early in the morning.
Right.
So that fellow bursted one balloon unknowingly.
That would have scared.
That was a very funny, and she was like, she never bothered me also. She just ran away out of the set. It was same like this. It was a pin drop silence. And all of a sudden, see, first of all, they're very sensitive to the sound.
Yeah, absolutely.
Correct? For the
and the
crackers
balloons is not a happy place at all.
So she was like, she was out of the set and out of the gate, near to my car. She was refusing to come into the set again.
Did you get that shot?
No, it took around like 3-4 hours to again do the same shot. We'll have
Bring
to
her
wait
back to that spot.
So we need to erase the things happening in her.
Right.
So what happened, we had no other choice. Bring the balloons again, from a far distance, keep bursting it around her, keep bursting it. So I used to never give her, attention to turn towards them. It was all attention towards the food and everything.
Right.
So it was like a 1 hour practice by bursting the balloon and then, then slowly coming into the set and again bursting a small balloon with a small sound and making her acclimatize to that thing. And finally, end of the day, I'll give the shot, ma'am.
Right.
I'll make sure the shot is given.
Let's not even go down how and what about it, but no, but that's interesting.
Yeah.
Any other incidents like this? Are there only dogs that or you've done any ads with chicken?
No, ma'am. I didn't get any call as such. Probably after this podcast, expecting it.
Yeah, I know. Now maybe they should start using chicken also for ads and for shoots. But that's been a revelation to me.
Exactly.
The training of the chicken. It's really been a revelation.
Yeah.
But I hope you've enjoyed the podcast because I've really enjoyed this conversation.
I should really thank you, ma'am, for giving me this opportunity. I was very happy to be here, all the way from Bangalore to Mumbai.
Thank you so much for coming. It was really
it was
nice.
a dream come true to meet you as well.
Thank you so much. That's really sweet.
Yeah.
But for us, it was important to the easiest thing is to get people from where I am shooting and closer.
Correct.
But, the work you've done is so amazing that we really wanted that insight and wanted to understand what it was like.
Yeah.
Because there's so much that goes behind. It looks like a beautiful shot, like you said.
Yeah.
Brings tears to our eyes, makes us smile, makes us feel with love. So many emotions.
True.
But to get us to feel that emotion, get that shot. There's so much work that goes behind the scenes.
Exactly.
And not just with you, but also the animal has to go through so much for that.
True.
And we understand that it can be positive reinforcement, positive training, and so it can be good for it. But there's so much that goes behind the scenes. True. So as we wrap up today's discussion on the iconic roles of pets in movies, we are reminded of the profound impact that they have on our lives. Give your pet a hug today and celebrate the love and laughter they bring to your life. Until next time, stay positive and keep relishing the magic of pets in movies and in your life. Icy, will you come to do the outro? Come on. Let's say thank you to the viewers. Come on.
Come.
Let's say thank you to the viewers. Let's say thank you to Pramod.
Yes.
Come, my Jan. Oh, such reluctance. She's coming so reluctantly.
Good girl.
Good girl. Come on, up.
Very good.
Good girl. Shall we say thank you? I see. How do you say thank you? Look at the camera and say thank you. I'm trying. Considering that Charlie gave such a lovely shot, I hope Icy gives a small shot of saying thank you to you all. Icy, can you say thank you? Look here. Icy. Look. Ice. Say thank you. Okay, maybe this is thank you. She's saying thank you.
Cool.
Thank you all for tuning in. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review. Check out our YouTube channel, Rosepod India, for more exciting content. And stay tuned for more exciting episodes. Thank you, Icy.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you so much. It was wonderful. Oh, le mera bachcha, my boo-boosh.